Hi, I'm here today with Richard Baptiste. Um, Here interviewing you. Great role model in my life, and I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Let's start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I go by Ricky. From Illinois originally. I've lived in Tennessee since then, California the year before I came out here. I'm in year number 2 now at Weber. Loving every minute of it. Just the perfect place I want to be. Love sports information. Love working with student athletes. Love my job. Yeah, and just living life one day at a time.
Okay. So you're doing sports information, so that's your career. Can you tell us a little bit more about your career?
Absolutely. I was originally interested in sports information and got into it because I knew as a kid I always wanted to be involved in sports and athletics somehow. Obviously, I'm not the athletic type, so playing the game wasn't going to be my avenue. So needing to find another way was always really big into statistics and the write-ups that I saw about the athletes and that type of stuff, and had an interest in that and pursued that as my career. So I started that, doing what you're doing now as a student worker. I did that in college in sports information, and that's how I got into it. That progressed a little bit after I went to grad school. I was assisting at a community college doing sports information. After grad school, did an internship with a college in sports information. When I moved out to California to work with CBS for a year, I again helped at a community college doing sports information, just because that's what I enjoyed doing, and that's one of my off days. That's what I wanted to do, be around kids and have fun. And then once that year was up in California, and I was looking for what the next stage might be if I wanted to stay out there or not. That's when the opportunity at Weber came up, and I've always seen myself as a small school type of guy, not really wanting to work at the bigger schools and all of that. And Weber seemed like a really good fit, and being able to be my own boss kind of for the first time, being the head of the department was something that was really exciting, and it's something I really wanted to do, and that's what led to it.
That's awesome. You talked a little bit about leaving a bigger school and coming to a smaller school. What are the big benefits to leaving a bigger school and coming to a smaller school?
Some of the obvious things, it's a little bit less stress environment. You get to have more relationships with the people you work with coaches, with students, with your athletic directors, that type of thing. That's kind of the biggest benefit for me. But then some of the others are just, you get to work with all the different sports, which I enjoy. You don't have to specialize and just be the football SID or the basketball SID. You get to have a wide range of experiences and meet lots of different people with different backgrounds and from different walks of life. So, one day I could be out at cross country at 6:30 a.m. on a Saturday, and then later on that afternoon we'll be working a football game, and then be back that night for a 7 o'clock volleyball game. So it's just that wide range of experiences that you don't get sometimes working at a bigger school in a more stressful environment.
That's awesome. Guys, we're going to go on a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back here with Mr. Ricky, as we call him. And we just want to finish up with some questions. We just talked about you saying that you left the bigger school to come to a smaller school. So what's your ideal day here at Weber University?
Well, the way to answer that question is we have two different types of days. We have days with athletic events and days without athletic events. So for days with athletic events, my ideal day is simply a day where nothing goes wrong. And you realize very quickly that, especially at small schools, it almost never happens. Like, you have to be able to adapt on the fly and think on your feet and have backup plans. What do you do if my computer decides to do Windows updates right now in the middle of my basketball game? You better have somebody start writing stuff real quick. So an ideal day is when stuff like that doesn't happen and you're able to kind of wrap up at the end of the day. It's a pretty good feeling. Days without athletic events, an ideal day. Honestly, athletics, everyone knows it's a pretty stressful environment, and that kind of comes with the territory. But those days where maybe you just don't have a lot of coaches bothering you for stuff, and you're able to get those stuff done quickly and kind of keep that stress at a minimum, understanding that, yeah, stress is a part of it sometimes, and we're adapted to deal with that. But any day that you can avoid stress is definitely a good day in this profession, for sure.
Definitely. So my last question is, what is your definition of being successful?
Oh my gosh. I think it's honestly just enjoying what you do on a daily basis and enjoying life. I'm sure most people would think, jump to financial and then come up with something different. But successful can be any wide range of what you consider living your fullest, honestly. Just taking, one breath at a time, like they say, enjoying those breaths, and just being able to have relationships with people, and see people progress and follow up with people down the line, and man, how you been? What are you doing now? That's awesome. I'm so glad you finally did that. That's such a cool experience. So I'm jealous. Those are the kind of the moments that are really cool. And one cool thing about my job at Weber is when we do with for example, with all of our student workers, being able to watch you guys grow and learn, not just in your sports and not just for us, but academically and as people and as men and adults, and those are the types of things that again all add to kind of enjoying life one day at a time, and not letting things go too quickly. To me, that's what success is.
That's awesome. And that will be all for Mr. Richard Baptiste, aka Ricky. Thank you.